Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very nice nettle tea. So welcome back to the game and to the Extreme Testing Initiative. This is the episode where we put the prison through its paces by introducing certain elements and behaviours that may or may not occur naturally within the prison environment, such as everybody fighting, everybody rioting, and then everybody trying to run out the front door. This is the recently completed mega prison facility. It has 1,125 prisoners as of right now. It can hold 1,616. In answer to a lot of people's questions on why we haven't maxed this out, that's because it would genuinely take hours of running at max speed to actually get that amount. Even with the 95 that we're getting tomorrow, we actually have about 50 people leaving every single day, either via finishing their sentences or by being paroled early. So on average, we're only on net about 30 or 40 prisoners at best. So yeah, I'm still not ruling that out, but I wanted to cover that here. Either way, what would happen if every single person decided to do a bit of a fight and expect horrible performance now? And yep, that is that's a thing. So we can see that there's a little bit of commotion going on. So we haven't set the prison to any particular type of lockdown or bang up or anything like that. We haven't reassigned our staff. We haven't told any riot police to come in or anything like that. It's all about just seeing what would happen. And well, not much of a surprise. Everybody is fighting one another, and it's actually quite claustrophobic without all of these alerts going on. I'm noticing that there's that is a riot with nearly 500 people. I'm noticing that they are fighting and there is 20 deaths. I'm noticing that it's not really concentrated around the front. It is actually genuinely everywhere. It's on work/free time. That is our standard thing here. And well, basically what's happening is what we actually expect to happen, which is it's just to kick off absolutely everywhere. I would have expected more deaths, although we're still underway with this one. We can see a lot of the prisoners have come out of their cell block or from the canteen or the dormitory and headed out. We are up to 185 prisoners writing, so it's dropped from the 450 to coming close to under 180 there. We have obviously lots of these armed guards running around, lots of dog handlers, and lots of fighting. All of our staff, where possible anyway, are armed with the tasers. We do have free fire on because, well, we've seen previously what happens if you don't and there's an escape, which I expect that to be the main cause of concern. Again, not taking any guards and not using guard response. We're just going to see what would happen. And well, actually, a lot of prisoners have just packed in what they were doing. They're not stopping. Oh, sorry, they have stopped and they're not fighting anymore. Interesting. Okay, so guard response. I'm just going to share guard response in here, and let's see if we can take back all of these areas. So lots of areas, including staff only area. Oh, look at that! They're actually smashing up the power station. 71% damaged. I don't know what's going to happen when it gets to 100% damage. I expect the power to go out at least. We've had a few people fighting in the library, and none of them have actually went down towards the armory. That'll probably happen later on. We're up to 50 deaths here, which is never a good thing. Let's just initiate guard response there, and we've got an armed guard coming down who's probably going to be able to take this out. Are they going to take back the canteen? I think so. I think it's time to bring in some emergency riot police and also some paramedics. So we'll call these in and we'll get them to go around. Normally we wouldn't have to do this. This would normally be something that's something we wouldn't have to do. Look at this. There's actually loads of prisoners. Actually, loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish prisoners who have come the front way. And this is, this is a bit of a weak spot. This one has may become clear if you've seen the escape episode. Well, I'm not too sure which order they're going out, so it might not be out yet. Either way, that's interesting. So we're going to see if we can get this stuff taken back. I'm gonna say all of the riot police and such I'm just going to order them to go down here. It's going to be a bit full, this thing, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. So all of our staff are heading down, and we're going to take control of all of this, and then we'll probably work around the outside first, and then we'll go in. That's most likely the way to do it. So you can see these prisoners here. It was an instant fight, which means they obviously want to fight one another, but also guards as well. But they've sort of made a bit of a truce by the look of it. So that's now been taken control of. Let's start to initiate a bit of a mixed response here, because we've got where to just move them around. Oh, there's the shotguns going off. Remember, the riot police are not armed in the traditional sense. They do have batons, but they do not have. Why can't they go in there? Go in there. Yeah, riot police, go in there. Riot police, go in there. Yeah, they're not armed with any firearms anywhere. They are just armed with their trusty baton, which is a stun baton. And, oh yeah, let me get some paramedics in. Yeah, they're armed with a stun baton and the riot shield. And it's still only 23 prisoners rioting, which is curious. Lots of prisoners, naturally, very upset about the whole day's endeavours. How are we doing for these? Those are pretty much okay. Let me work into there. This one, we're going to go into here. I mean, okay, let's be honest. I could spend about 10-20 minutes going through and taking this back. It's 16 prisoners rioting. 50-odd deaths, I believe. Let's just check valuation. It is 57 deaths, and nobody escaped. It might not sound like it, but it actually could have gone a lot worse. Considering we have over 1,000 prisoners, we've seen higher death counts than that in previous series where we have maybe 100, 200 prisoners, which I don't know if that says more about that facility than this one, but that is the fighting. Only 8 people are still rioting. We'll be able to take this back in due course. I mean, if I just max speed it out, let's give it. Oh, it's actually going up now. Okay, yeah. But the takeaway is that basically it's not ideal, but well, I think it is manageable. Yeah, I'm just moving these guys around. Still says there's some writing. I'm just gonna click on each of these and just move these guys around. It won't take long for us to take back all of this. And then the right. There's only 5. And go in there. And that's it. There's the right finished. Okay, so that's what's happened as everyone kicks off. I would normally, at this stage, activate instant riot. I expect the same behaviours. Let's find out. So loading in on the same save, roughly the same time, and again, same set of circumstances. This is what happens when everybody riots. Firstly, the game locks up for about 5 seconds, and then basically over 1,000 prisoners immediately riot, and we can see everything pretty much turning red there. Once again, not doing anything when it comes to guard responses. We're not putting any lockdowns in there or anything like that. We don't need to do that yet at this stage. And let's just put it to max speed. I'm seeing that we're getting 12 deaths. It is counting up 16, and already we went from 1,000 prisoners rioting to, well, it's about 650 now. So yeah, it's basically the same behaviour as the fighting. The difference is there's not as many deaths at this stage. I'm guessing most of the deaths will be from the prisoners who are taking out guards. But I was going to use the word comforting, and that is definitely not the right word, but for the lack of a better one, we can see that there's a lot of unconscious individuals, whether it be staff members or they're not unconscious. That's an armed guard. Yeah, but there's a lot of guards and prisoners who are unconscious, like here, but they've done that just to take their stuff and ride, but they haven't went any further. Hence why the deaths are only 25. Remember, we've got over 1,000 prisoners. I do expect it to go up, and it is indeed climbing, as we expect there. But, yeah, that's settled out around about the 450 mark. But again, no big real issues here, considering the amount of staff we have and the amount of prisoners that we have. So, I mean, we could bring in emergencies, 3 riot police. You know, we could bring these in and just say, go here. Oh, we can't control them yet, so go there, go there, go there, you know. And this would bring the riots down to pretty much nothing. You know, immediately, as soon as they go in, let's go at normal speed here. We can see the run around. They're fully armoured up. They've got stun battens. You know, there's nothing to stop them, really. Just running around and stopping the riot. So nowhere near as many fatalities as previous. So that's sort of a good sign. I mean, there's still some fighting in different places. 33. I reckon if we continue, we probably would climb up to that level. But even with a little bit of the riot police coming in, we're already... It's 250. So it's went from over 1,000 prisoners to... Well, we've took like 2/3 off that. Okay, so that wasn't the one that really worried me. This is the one that really worries me. So pretty much from the prison's inception, since from the planning mode, I guess, there's always been a worry about escapes, and that has plagued the facility from, well, the very first intake. What really worries me is if the prisoners decide, you know what, collectively, we don't want to be here, and, well, that would be a jailbreak. What happens if 1,126 prisoners decide to walk out of the front door? Well, naturally, I'm going to go to guide response and click until the mouse button breaks, and then I will go for a lockdown on all sectors. And every single prisoner is now wanting to get out. Now, naturally, the main way out is through this front bit here. They can go elsewhere, so you notice there, look, they have gone into this area, but there's only one way out, and that is through the front door. So prisoners are not just trying to... Ooh, what's happening here? That's an interesting dance they've got going on. Yes, the prisoners are trying to get out, and they're actually doing so probably via the back, maybe, as well. And they will fight, but their main thing is breaking out. That's what they want to do. And they'll do that hopefully just by running out, but if that's not going to do it, then they will fight, and they will take tools, they will take keys, and they'll get out the front. And, well, they are going to get out the front. It's not really evident just how many prisoners around this area, but I'm going to guesstimate there is more prisoners than shotgun shells here. And there is a riot. Look at that, wow. This front door here is getting absolutely smashed open. And there's a big pile of probably quite worried individuals in terms of in the form of the visitors there. And that's a riot. 500 people rioting. And the main door is getting booted open. There is an armed guard there. And we have had 17 deaths here. They're now getting targeted by the sniper, who I'm guessing can't reload fast enough. What's curious, right, is that normally they run straight out. But because there's still things like these road gates, and more importantly, actually, the road barriers have lifted, they're actually just rioting. Like, they're kicking off. They're very unhappy about the situation. And that is Dan Gall there, who's got a shotgun. If I was the sniper, I would probably reacquire targets. And there's the road gate opened. Mainly because James has got a set of keys. That will not help him with the road barrier. Because that road barrier doesn't take keys. It literally raises as we put on the lockdown. Okay, guard response. And that'll do. And there's 2 escapes. Oh, the road barrier's down. It's damaged. So now what's going to happen? Yep, so now the behaviour changes. Because there is now a valid way out, the prisoners are not going to riot. They're going to... they're just going to run. And, well, this, I reckon, is going to be the biggest number we'll ever see for when it comes to the escapes. I mean, it's not going to be in the thousands. Because a lot of prisoners have been subdued, shall we say. But I reckon it's going to be over 500. Look at that. Can you tell the pathfinding and what it's wanting to do? Why are these coming back? Oh, changing behaviour again. So, you can't see, but somewhere there is a makeshift, a makeshift rope. So someone has got to the laundry, they've stolen a rope, and because of that, everybody is now charging there because it is quicker. Now I would like to, I can actually see it for a moment there. Equipment, prisoner, climbing rope, there it is. Dump, prioritise. If we dump that, which I don't think we'll be able to because the workers are too frightened to go there. Does that say 470? No, it doesn't say 470. It says 501 escapes. And it is still going strong. At least there's only 30-odd prisoners rioting, so we've got that going for us, which is nice. Some prisoners are just genuinely fighting as well. But it just keeps going. Hang on. James Ludlow is... for whatever reason, deciding just to fight with a guard dog. They're probably on the way to... I bet they're on the way to the armory. No, the armory's totally untouched. Okay. I'm going to turn that lockdown off because it's actually stopping staff getting to where they need to go. And to be honest, the main ways out are already broken anyway. So it looks like we're not going to be making any money with this facility. That's a minus 38,000 and ongoing. That is 656 prisoners escaped. And it's going to keep going. I mean, I'll bring in some riot police and paramedics and see if we can stop them any further. But I don't know if that's going to help. We're up to 678 prisoners who have escaped and 74 deaths. But it looks like that's it. So we've got off quite lightly, obviously. Okay, there you go. So, that is totally and utterly... it's not a behaviour you would see naturally. We've had hundreds of people escape. We've seen it happen. And that's when the tunnel worked, free fire was off, they got out, and they destroyed all of the gates, which as soon as there was an open area, the rest of the prisoners just decided to run out. That's just one of the behaviours in the game. So I guess it could occur if the tunneling was successful, and or there was a free path from a open area to the end of the roads, or any wall actually, prisoners would maybe just run like that anyway. So it could happen, but that's a very exaggerated version of it. Yes. Luckily we haven't had to deal with that. Nor have we ever had to deal with this. So we've seen what happens when the prisoners fight, when they riot, which is pretty much the same behaviour, and then when they all try to get out. However, what happens if suddenly every single one of them was suddenly armed with something, whether it be something ranging from a screwdriver to a machine gun, and, well, it could be fighting, it could be escaping, and by the look of it, it is the latter. So they're going to use all of their newfound equipment to proceed to the front door. Let me just do a lockdown. Let me just do a guard response. Let me do guard response there. We're going to bring in the riot police from the very beginning and the paramedics. Not that it's going to help, because guess what? When you're armed with a drill, a shotgun, a revolver, it doesn't really matter that the riot police have a shield. It just doesn't work. And yep, we can see that as they're charging through there, they're not even fighting the staff. They're just wanting to get out. They're using the weapons to basically get through things and out. And there's a riot, which, look at that. As soon as the riot was underway, they've all just stopped now. And the riots, oh yeah, as soon as the riot happened, the deaths start piling up. And I don't think I've seen as many prisons as that rioting in any one place. So we do have riot police, which, well, sorry, we did have riot police. Those are pretty much gone. I have ordered some more, and I know where they are. They're stuck behind this road barrier. Yeah. As soon as that road barrier goes down, which, to be fair, these guys have got some drills, so they're probably going to do a bit of a rapid disassembly of that barrier. They're going to be out. Similar thing down here. Lots of, I'm guessing, utterly panicked visitors as well. Let's have a look in the facility. A couple of riots are occurring. And I mean, a lot of riots. And I bet they haven't even gone for the armory. No. There's been no one bothering with the armory because they've all got weapons. And now the behaviour is going to change again because there's now a free path to an exit, which means the prisoners are going to take their newfound windfall in the forms of different tools and weapons, and, well, they're going to go and sell it. Or use it from some DIY project, or whatever they happen to be doing. Which, well, they're naturally free to do so, because we can't stop them. Even the riot police would... There's nothing you could do if this would ever happen. Not that this realistically would ever happen. Unless you, for whatever reason, purposefully did not search nor punish contraband. So you allow it any amount in. You didn't have any way of detecting it. So no metal detectors, no dogs. And in your policy, you don't punish for it. And you put it right next to the wall so stuff can be thrown in. And you just do visitor stuff with no one searching. Yes, even if that was to happen, you wouldn't get this amount of just weapons and stuff in here. So the escapes, not really surprised. It's not much of a surprise. Yes, we have over 800 people escaped. Because as soon as they got their new equipment, they decided to utilise it to leave the facility at their discretion. So that's been the Extreme Testing Initiative. What have we learned? Honestly, not much. It's always just a bit of a mess around, okay? We're just looking at pixels. But here's the thing. We often find weak spots when we do this. It is genuinely a useful tool. We've went, oh, actually, they're now focusing on, say, they're always going around this area here, or they're going this area here, or they'll always rush to a specific room because it's the closest bit for contraband. So we can improve security by doing this. With this one, there's not a surprise. There's one way out, and if they want to get out, they're gonna forcibly do that. Can we improve security? Of course we could. We could just station loads of armed guards around here, but would it work? Not with the entire prison escaping, no. No, if all of the inmates just went, yep, let's just rise up and go, then there's nothing we can do about that. It's just, I guess, the nature of the beast. Either way, this has been the Extreme Testing Initiative and a bit of a mess around. Let me know what you want to do when it comes to the series, whether we continuation, or whether we go for some new type of design. Let me know what you think. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.